Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and today we're going to be reviewing your friendly neighborhood Spider Man episode 7 Scorpion Rising. I just finished watching this episode, and boy, I'm just going to start with it. Peter takes a beating. Boy, he got. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. Okay, first off, let's just talk about it. I, Peter takes a beating from the Scorpion. Scorpion takes him. And you got to wonder how is that possible, right? Because Peter can throw a car, right? Or he's got spider sense and all this kind of stuff. First off, got to bring the spider sense. That one thing is beginning to make me irritated because he's getting hit by stuff that other Spider-Men wouldn't. Got to fix this. Got to fix this. But yeah, dude, Spider-Man takes a beating. He gets anyway. I'm thinking there's a new suit coming. We'll see. But let's just start from the beginning. We'll get to this point. Okay. So Pearl and at the very beginning, Pearl and Peter have a moment um, where essentially this is my final declaration. He's now just been friend zoned. Peter's been friend zoned, unfortunately, which stinks. Which stinks. But then you find out that Dre, Lonnie's younger brother, snitched and told Pearl what happened, what's been happening, or he's about to. Perspective switches back to Oscorp in Dr. Osborn's tower, in his not tower, his office, and you get to see the Tony Stark type table, and they're kind of he and Peter are trying to discern where Dr. Octavius is. And so they're trying to analyze the alloys that he's using or the energy sources or all this other stuff. And so they go through a few things. Actually, there's a really funny, cool Easter egg about solar harnessing the power of the sun, which is an Easter egg to the second Spider-Man, the second Sam Raimi Spider-Man. They talk about some other things, and they mention gamma, of course, right? There's only so many different power sources, right? So in the Marvel universe, so gamma is one that they kind of they jump onto, and then they talk about, oh my gosh, like gamma, of course, this is what he's been talking about before. Yeah, Doc Ock, blah blah blah. Perspective changes back to Harry Osborn, and he's trying to apologize to Nico for everything. He doesn't really have much to apologize for, but he's trying. And Harry's social awkwardness is so great and consistent. I like this about Harry. Um, he's supposed to become like your best friend. I think. Like I think that's the role that he's supposed to take as an audience member. Like, oh, Harry is now your best friend too. Like he's kind, he's good, he's rich, he's awkward, he's fun, he's funny, he's a little bit weird. But he's trying to apologize to Nico. He offers her some food. They have some dialogue. And finally, he's like, look, I don't want to come between you guys, but it'll happen. Anyway, there's this really cool scene where Harry's like, look, I'll teach you to drive. And so Nico's like, sure, I'll drive. And they have this racing scene where Nico learns to race. But then it happens. And it may have happened before and I didn't notice. Maybe you guys can tell me, but her pendant lights up during a race where she's never driven before. And I'm like, oh, Nico, is that like a domino thing? Is she lucky? Is this an amulet from the way, way past that grants her some sort of, I don't know. Super excited to see what that is. I'm glad they just left it in there. I don't know if that's been in a previous episode, but I love that. I want to see where Nico turns. Um, and then the perspective changes back to the 110 hideout where they're packing all their guns and getting ready for the Scorpions to attack. And Pearl shows up, and there's this really fun romance. Why didn't you tell me? You should have told me. I tried to tell you. I tried to be cool about it. Scene, very high school, gang violence, really, really cool. And then the Scorpion attacks. And boy, the gang tries to shoot the Scorpion, and he lives through it all, of course, and attacks. And then as he's doing it, he picks out Lonnie. He says, "You're going to be my example. I'm going to instill fear because of you." And then Spider-Man shows up, and that's when we see this legendary safe throw. Right? Of course, it's really cool. They throw a safe at these guys. The Scorpion throws a safe. Spider-Man catches it, webs it, snags it, and throws it again. It's actually one of my favorite all-time Spider-Man things. You can do it in Spider-Man 2. Great little Easter egg, a lot of fun. Um, but while Spider-Man's fighting, all of the gang members and Lonnie and Pearl leave, and Spider-Man uses his web and just webs up the Scorpion. And you think, okay, good, this is over. But apparently, Scorpion takes advantage of the energy source of the gamma that's within the armor, and he just gets juiced, right? He gets juiced up, and so he's stronger, better, more resilient. He hulks out a little bit, um, and he just beats Spider-Man. Spider-Man loses his web fluid. He runs out. Spider-Man he hits Spider-Man in the face, and part of his eyeglass doesn't work. And I'll tell you, this part is pretty traumatic. It was a lot for like a Disney kid show. This took a dark turn. There's a few hints at dark turns before, but this took a really dark turn, and Spider-Man starts just taking a beating over and over and over again. And Dr. Osborn sends, I'll just say it, the Green Goblin glider to hit the Scorpion so he can, airlift Spider-Man out. And boy, I think all in all, I like the previous episode better. But this episode is real good. Like they're 1 and 2. It's dark. Scorpion is frightening. They do such a good job making him scary. And he's insane and he's scary and he's ambitious. Man. Man, I'm just gonna throw on the next episode right now in a minute. But we finish with Harry and Nico having this really great scene as friends. And Harry is there's a little bit of chemistry here. A little bit of a little bit of chemistry. Just a little bit of chemistry. I'm excited to see what happens. I can't believe I missed on the Nico thing, but yeah, going back to that Scorpion. The Scorpion is a threat for sure. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's the end of my review. Like I said, phenomenal episode, very dark. I'm just going to jump into episode 3 and see how that goes. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. We're doing a series of these, so the next episode will be right here somewhere on my screen. Feel free to click it, and we'll start that review. And we'll see you next time. Welcome to the couch.